Coming up on this episode of Speaking Out, we'll take a look at Black History Month on campus, and later we'll have a very special interview. All this and more coming up. Hello, and welcome to our very first episode of Speaking Out. I'm Tristan Lacey. The purpose of this show is to educate you on the different cultures and expressions and to be inclusive and connected to our community. Today we will focus on Black History Month. As you may know, February is recognized as Black History Month. Begun by Carter G. Woodson as Negro History Week in 1926 and morphed into Black History Month in 1976 when it was officially recognized by President Gerald Ford. So here's a fun fact for you. The month of February was chosen because it is the birth month of Frederick Douglass and President Abraham Lincoln, two icons who pushed for racial equality. Over 30 years later, we still recognize and celebrate Black History Month in a variety of ways: education, songs, and even poetry. Here we have Taylor Dinkins, who uses her poetry to speak about Black women and how they are viewed and portrayed in today's society. Take a look.
I am woman. From Adam's ribs I was crafted, shaped from man I was born. Partner in the building of society, I am the body. With wide hips I give life, with open arms I give love. Love. Love unconditionally. With willing hands I lend support, with able mind I give knowledge. I am woman. Face caked in makeup to please man, skip meals to appeal to his ideals, closing my mind to protect his pride, I sacrifice. Sacrifice my light so that he may shine, I settle. Settle for less because my worth has deteriorated. I suffer, but only in silence. Because a woman who screams, a woman who shouts, a woman who fights is placed in a locked room with no possibility of a future. Who am I? Cleanser of the mud that mucks the earth, unseen healer of countless wounds, unappreciated caregiver to those who come. But who am I? I am woman. Giver of life, forgotten partner in the building of society, a society that has, in return, shaped me to be worthless. Because before they see giver of life, before they see unconditional love, they see black. They see black, pair it with woman, then label it aggressive, angry, and argumentative. Like a crimson A on my chest, I am labeled by my skin, but I am still woman. I am to be feared. I give life. I love unconditionally. I support unwaveringly. And with the knowledge I give now, I pass on strength. Now stronger than the bone from which I was crafted, I am woman.
Month is a great opportunity for us to reflect and educate people on those who fought for African Americans to be treated with equality. Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, and even Martin Luther King Jr. The list of people who fought for chances overflows with educators, inventors, and activists. MSU organizations teamed up with the Office of Equity, Inclusion, and Multicultural Affairs to celebrate Black History Month with the students. Rosa, MLK, Malcolm X.
Legends.
Midwestern State University kicked off Black History Month February 1st with events created to not only educate students, but also engage and encourage the students to learn about different cultures. Members of the Black History Month committee met for 3 months prior to February to plan and create events to span the entirety of the month.
It's good. I mean, we have educational pieces, we have voluntary opportunities, philanthropy, some social events, some really fun things that you can do, physical, mental improvement as well.
MSU started Black History Month with the State of the Black Community Forum and Social. This was an opportunity for students and faculty to engage with one another and converse about Black culture. This also provides a supreme opportunity for students who are not from the country and get a chance to learn about Black culture as it pertains to American history.
A unique opportunity for me. I'm international, I'm from Brazil. So it's actually a unique opportunity for me, and MSU is kind of a big school. I feel it's actually my first semester here, but I feel they're going to do a good job with that to maybe show people like who don't know a lot about it to learn more about the Black History Month.
Make sure to look around campus to see the entire schedule posted. There are events coming up that are sponsored by members of Greek Life, NAACP, ASO, and more. Black History Month is off to a great start, and we have some really great events coming up. Today, our guest is Dr. Syreeta Greene, Director of Equity, Inclusion, and Multicultural Affairs. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so the first question we wanted to know is, being the committee's advisor, what type of planning and strategy went into the events that you planned?
Well, I wanted the students to really have a say in the programs that were sponsored and hosted during Black History Month. So really it's a collaboration of all the various student organizations, particularly culturally based or affinity groups that identify with some part of the African diaspora, although it's not exclusive to those student organizations, as well as various departments within student affairs who wanted to host a program or event during the month. So it really is a collaboration of a number of different folks across campus who wanted to host something, and typically these are the organizations that do so during Black History Month.
All right, thank you. And with all the different events coming up, you know, I took a look at the schedule and I saw that you have an event on there called It Takes a Village. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. So It Takes a Village, it's our second year of hosting this program. It's a service-based program in which we invite fifth graders from Booker T. Washington Elementary School, which is on the east side of Wichita Falls. And it's important to me, and it has always been important in my work, for students to learn the importance of giving back, as well as serving as role models, and giving an opportunity to sort of plant the seed for our youth to be encouraged and excited about the prospect of going to college. Many of the fifth graders at Booker T. Washington have actually never set foot on MSU's campus. So this is an opportunity for them to see the campus, to get a glimpse of what college is like, and to also sort of see, you know, some role models on campus as well, particularly students who look like them.
I remember the event from last year as well. On behalf of myself, we volunteered. It was always great to see those young faces, because a lot of kids, a lot of times growing up, don't really get exposed to the college life, you know, looking at life after high school.
Right.
So it's always a great time just for anyone really to just tour a college campus and get to see different people and experience the different things, especially in their own community. So
yeah,
that's
and
great.
exposure is important. And so the more that students, particularly youth, can be exposed to opportunities, there's an increased likeliness that they will choose different paths in their lives.
Okay. And more specifically with yourself and your office, could you tell us what specifically your office is here to do? Because I know this is a newer wing of MSU.
Yes, it is a new office and a new position that was approved by the Board of Trustees and the president as well to start this program or this office. And so the Office of Equity, Inclusion, and Multicultural Affairs serves three purposes, if you will. Equity could be seen as how we assess the equitable or the inequities that may exist for students on campus based on racial, ethnic identities, socioeconomic status, and various other demographics, right? And looking at academic performance as one indicator, as well as how students are experiencing the campus. Inclusion is really providing the education and training on various issues as it relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and creating opportunities for members of the campus community to actually have conversations. And so those topics can range from everything from oppression, power, privilege, to racism, sexism, heterosexism, so on and so forth. And so it's an opportunity for folks to learn and as well to grow. And then the multicultural affairs part is the support and advocacy center, if you will, for students of color and other historically marginalized groups on campus, and providing support services that aid them in their transition here at MSU.
All right. That's a great office, and I know a campus like MSU could really benefit for something like that, to be more inclusive with everyone. So it's great, great. And the final question, would be, out of all the events, because it looks like y'all have an event for almost every single day.
Almost.
So out of all the events, is there any key events that you feel like the students should draw to, or they should really want to come out to, as far as to engage with everyone?
Well, I think our all of the participants, all of the organizers in Black History Month have really developed and created programs that I think will suit a wide variety of interest. And so there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And so I don't know if there's one particular event that everyone should go to, but there definitely is a wide variety. Certainly we would love to see students participate and volunteer with It Takes a Village. And then that evening there's a caravan, if you will, to go to Cinemark so we can watch the world premiere of Black Panther, which is a highly anticipated movie and should be a lot of fun. So for anyone who wants to go, we're going to go to the 10:10 p.m. showing, and so it'll be a great time to, pack out an auditorium. And then for historical purposes, we are having a bench dedication ceremony to honor the 5 African American students who were the first to enroll in MSU after it was desegregated. And so 2 of the 5 are still alive. They're both doctors who live in California, and so they're coming out to or returning home to Wichita Falls so that they can be honored and they can share their story of perseverance and success.
All right.
And that will be on February 23rd.
I'm looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to that event. Well, that's all the time we have, so I want to thank you, Dr. Greene, for
Absolutely.
coming.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure having you here. And please stay tuned next for the next episode of Speaking Out. I'm Tristan Lacey, and be sure to follow me on Twitter at Trey the Musician, TRETHEMUSCIAN, to get updates about the next episode. For Speaking Out, I'm Tristan Lacey.